Welcome to Commonwealth Conversations. During the 2023 General Assembly session, we're speaking to legislators about top issues under consideration in Richmond. Our guest today is Delegate Hodges, who represents Essex, Gloucester, King and Queen, Matthews, Middlesex, and King William counties. Welcome, Delegate. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me today.
I know that one of your top priorities and one of our top priorities for this session has been your bill to extend the city annexation moratorium that currently exists. Counties appreciate your work on this issue this year. And why is this important for your counties, and where does this bill rest in the legislature?
Well, thank you, Dean, for the question. And, chairing county, cities, and towns, this is important to our local localities and back home. And back in the early 70s, the General Assembly placed a moratorium on annexation in Virginia. And what they found at that time is they're winners and they're losers with annexation. And since then, no one has really come up with a solution. Until the stakeholders can come together and find a solution, we'll continue to have this bill in place. And I believe we extended it another 5 years and also had a Senate version, and we're glad to do that. So until everyone can come together and find a solution, we'll continue.
I believe your bill passed out of the House unanimously.
It did.
And
it did.
I think it rests in the Senate right now, in the Senate, in the body of the Senate.
Well, the Senate version actually came over last Friday through our county, cities and towns, local government, and it should be on the floor soon. I believe it's already come through. If not, it will be coming through, and I don't anticipate any problems.
Well, on behalf of counties, thank you for your advocacy.
Glad to do it.
One other issue really wanted to talk to you about is I've heard you speak in committee and heard you speak on the House floor regarding a bill dealing with the blue catfish. And what is this fish?
Well,
and how is it dangerous to our rivers and streams and the bay?
Well, thank you for that question. This has been a hot topic for years, and it's been studied for years. Back in the early 70s, late 70s and early 80s, the rivers were stocked with blue catfish to have this large trophy fish. I believe the state record is close to 140 pounds. And there are over 100 million of those in our rivers all across Virginia now, extending from fresh and brackish water, and they're becoming more saltwater tolerant. And they eat basically everything, from fish eggs. When a rockfish spawns, they can swallow 400,000 rockfish eggs in a single gulp. They eat shad, they eat menhaden, they eat rockfish, they eat crabs. Just in a 5-mile stretch of the James River, them studies show they eat 2 million crabs. So you can see how devastating they are to our bay and to our fisheries. They even eat ducks. We've seen them with ducks and muskrats in them. So what I've done is we had some issues regarding USDA and the processing facilities where a USDA inspector is required on site. And we've worked that out with USDA, and we only have 2 processors in the Commonwealth. And what we've done is we've created a fund that filters through the localities down to private business owners for processing, flash freeze facilities, and to our watermen to be able to prop up a blue catfish industry in the Commonwealth and also protect the bay. And our last numbers that we looked at, if Virginia can capture 10% of the blue catfish market in this country, that's 900 to 1,000 jobs. So what I do is I always like to take the negatives and take those challenges and then turn them into a positive and turn this into an economic driver.
Well, this does sound like an economic development driver.
It is. It is. We're pleased to move that bill forward. Senator Stewart carried the Senate version. And so far, it's made it through House Appropriations, and now my bill has gone through the Senate and has been referred to Senate Finance.
Okay. All right. Well, I know you understand all too well. This is a short session. We have just a couple of weeks left. We have a divided government, narrow majorities in both chambers. What's your approach to moving legislation forward?
People that know me typically don't get into the politics. I just try to thread the needle and solve the problems, especially for our localities and back home. And everything. My approach is, how do we work together? And how do we find a solution? We may not agree on a particular bill. I actually have a bill right now that didn't make it through a Senate committee, and I'm already working on trying to find a way to thread that needle, to get something done, to keep it moving forward and make progress. That's always been my approach.
Well, on behalf of counties, thank you for your work at as chair of County, Cities, and Towns. It's always good to have a local government friend there on this committee. Thank you for being with
Well,
us
thank
and
you.
speaking to Commonwealth Conversations.